Did you know that 98% of kids are born creative geniuses, but by the time they graduate high school, almost all of them aren't? Today, I'll show you how the education system turns creative kids into ordinary paycheck workers. And there's one reason behind it that most people never notice. By the time they do, it's already too late. Think about names like Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, Richard Branson. Some of the richest and most influential people alive.
Reached the edge of space in his.
Branson even went to space in his own spacecraft.
But money and fame aren't the real connection between them. They all avoided the same trap, a trap that most people fall into because they're told it guarantees success. That trap is the belief that education equals job equals stability equals success. Here's how it usually goes. You go to school, memorize subjects you don't care about, follow rules you never question, all so one day you can get a degree, land a job, buy a house, a car, raise a family, and finally feel like life is complete. Sounds logical. But here's the reality. Problem expansion. Millions of people follow this path perfectly and still end up stuck in jobs they hate, living paycheck to paycheck, terrified of missing one salary payment. Not because they're lazy, not because they didn't try hard enough, but because the system doesn't reward independent thinking. It rewards compliance. And most people never realize this. Time they understand the trap, they're already chained to it. This isn't accidental. In the 1800s, Prussia designed a school system to produce obedient workers and soldiers. The goal wasn't creativity. It wasn't curiosity. It was teaching children just enough to follow orders without questioning them.
The people who built the schools were consciously aiming at eradicating the will of the students who were part of the system because they wanted them to be obedient.
The entire purpose of a good university is to give you a foundation to fail, not a foundation to get.
That system spread across Europe and later shaped education in industrialized countries, including the US. During the Industrial Revolution, factories didn't need innovators. They needed reliable, obedient labor. Education became a training system for workers, not creators. And traces of that system still exist today. So once you understand that the system is built for obedience, not independence, the real question becomes, what do you actually do next? Because quitting school blindly is stupid, and following the system blindly is dangerous. That's why I'm going to give you a clear 3-step roadmap. A way to move smartly, reduce risk, and build leverage without destroying your future or burning bridges. And pay attention. Step 3 is the one most people avoid, but it's the step that decides whether you stay stuck or actually escape the trap. Let's be honest. Even in the US, many college graduates are underemployed or drowning in debt. Entry-level jobs barely cover rent, loans, and basic living costs. Creativity and real-world skills are optional, not guaranteed. Meanwhile, the world has changed. Ask yourself, how many people do you know who did everything right, yet still struggle financially? Exactly. Before we talk about what to do, let's be clear about one thing. School itself isn't the enemy. The problem is how people expect it to work. Because if education automatically created success, then everyone with a degree would be financially secure. That's obviously not reality. What school really gives you is access to information, structure, and credentials. What it does not give you is leverage. It doesn't guarantee income. It doesn't guarantee freedom. And it definitely doesn't guarantee fulfillment. That's why step 1 is simple. Use school as a tool, not a promise. Don't fight the system blindly. Don't worship it either. Study it. Use its incentives. Exploit its blind spots, legally and intelligently. Because people who understand systems don't feel trapped. They feel in control. That's why step 2 is this. Learn how the system works for you. Here's the harsh truth. Millions of people spend years chasing degrees, hoping that piece of paper will open doors. The system was never designed to make you a problem solver, a creator, or a decision maker. It was designed to create compliant workers.
If you want leverage, if you want freedom, you can't wait for permission. You can't rely on certificates. You need skills. Skills people actually pay for. Step 3 is simple, but most people avoid it. Focus on skills, not just degrees. If you've been paying attention, you'll notice something. This video isn't just giving advice, it's showing exactly how the system avoids teaching. Why things exist, not just what to follow. That's not a coincidence, it's deliberate. Parents, listen carefully. Send your kids to school, yes, but don't worship report cards. Don't treat grades like gold. Expose them to the real world. Teach them to think, question, and create. Grades fade. Skills compound. Always. Here's the reality. You have 2 paths. Stay in the system, work paycheck to paycheck, hope stability equals happiness. Take control, learn deliberately, experiment, build something real. The system will always push you to the first path. The second path is harder, but that's where freedom and opportunity live. If you think this video opened your eyes, you haven't seen the full truth yet. My last video, The System That Destroyed Your Focus, shows exactly how your attention is being hijacked and why almost no one ever escapes it. Watch it before you scroll away, because if you don't, you're missing what the system doesn't want you to know.